friends, in this video, what is trading volume? We'll go into a bit of detail. I explained it in the first video, but we need to know how it's interpreted on charts. Specifically, we can tell if support and resistance zones will hold by looking at volume. Let's do a quick review of the definition. Trading volume is the amount of a financial asset bought and sold over a certain period. So it's the total of buy and sell transactions within that specified time. And of course, if buyers and sellers execute a high number of trades, our trading volume is also high. However, when this buy-sell data drops, we automatically see a decrease in trading volume, and that means interest has diminished. Of course, we need to examine it on the chart. I'm on the Bitcoin daily chart. First, how do I display the trading volume on the chart here? I went to the indicators at the top and I'm typing volume here. If you're using an English interface, you should type volume. Yes, look, it was applied automatically. Now we see a consolidation here, meaning a sideways trend. Let's mark the lower and upper bands right away. This becomes the resistance zone, and at the bottom, friends, over on this side, there's a support. Let me make its color blue as well. Yes, now. The trading volume, as you can see, is displayed down at the very bottom here, and each individual bar, let me show it to you like this, represents a specific period. It shows the ratio of buys and sells in the candle above it. If it's green, it means more buyers. If it's red, it means more sellers. The blue line here is the average trading volume for the recent period, and bars above this average show that volume is higher than the recent average. But as I said, it'll make more sense to interpret these based on the general trend, not just a single bar. I'll explain those two. Look here, for example. I see the resistance zone was partially broken with this candle. When you look at the volume right below it, it's so high. There's a trading volume that is significantly higher than the bars that came before it, which is quite noticeable. So what this means is that buyers have started to step in, and they have really taken control of the situation and have dominated the market at this point. I mean, I see this. Afterwards, prices rose very significantly. So volume can sometimes give you this information in advance. Of course, it doesn't mean much on its own. There should be different confirmation mechanisms. I mean, nothing in the stock market means much on its own. Like I said, we need to put the pieces together like a puzzle. In fact, let me give you an example. I just noticed it. Look, there's a very strong red candle here. When I look at the trading volume below, it's so large. From this, you'd interpret this just by looking at the trading volume. Like, the volume is very high. It has increased. Just like here, a serious downward trend could start. But afterwards, look, the decline didn't continue at all. And it even turned back from around here, after a long consolidation. So, like I said, it can mislead you in some places. Or let me put it this way, before a very strong trend starts, volume doesn't kick in right away. Partially, the bars here might be short, but the price starts a very serious move. Pay attention to these things here too. So let's say you've done your analysis. There's not much trading volume. Don't be afraid though. In such a case, if you're confident, you can enter. Trading volume will kick in later anyway. Okay, I'm done bad-mouthing trading volume. Since I'm done, let me continue. I want to show a few different examples here. Afterwards, look at how the trading volume rose as the price went up. This is also important data. So, it rose around here, guys. It rose quite a bit. Let's continue. Now, what's the importance of trading volume when approaching support and resistance? Let's see that. Now I'm on the daily chart for ounce gold. Look, the prices here started to fall. You can think of it as the start of a trend, especially the downward break of this area with this red candle. Of course, let me show you so you can understand better, like this. We see that this support zone has been broken. here on a single candle basis. However, trading volume didn't support this. Because yes, there's a drop here, but we're looking at the volume. At the bottom, the volume isn't rising. On the contrary, the volume's fallen, so there's no support here. There's no increase in the number of sellers. And after this point, it already turned back quite significantly. So in that regard, but for example, like in the previous example, if long red bars had occurred above that blue average line too, then we would have said, yes, there's trading volume too. It would have been a stronger signal. Another example, Mont Ounce Gold again. Look at how strongly the price is rising. It has risen quite a bit. However, there's not much movement in trading volume. It's even fallen. In this regard, when we look, we see that buyers are losing their appetite and sellers are gradually stepping in. In fact, look at this candle. It's a large red bar. This shows how much the trading volume has strengthened on the sell side. Afterwards, it fell a bit more. Let's continue with our examples. Now, this is a resistance zone. We mark it like this. We made it red. Now, friends, the price is rising very significantly again. But when I look at the volume is falling. Let me show it like this. While the price is rising, the volume is fallen. This gives me the first signal. The volume in the subsequent red candles is high. So this shows that sellers are intervening in a serious way, and we get the signal that the uptrend is very likely to end. Afterwards, the prices fell. Let's continue. Let me show a few more on support. Now here the price has fallen, but the trading volume is also falling. In this case, friends, when you look, we see the trading volume decreasing. When the price falls like this, for example, 2. While the price is falling, meaning there's a downtrend, the fact that trading volume is falling shows that prices are finding market bottoms. Afterwards, look, the trading volume started to increase again and prices rose. Right in this area, starting from here. Yes, let's continue. So there's a detail like this here. That this support zone, friends, as you can see right here, which we have been watching for a while now, won't be broken, I understand, from the drop in trading volume. So prices reach my support here. My previously formed support point reached here. If the trading volume was in the form of red bars, like around here, when it got here, then I could have expected a downward breakout. However, the dwindling buying and selling shows that during the period of seller dominance, risk appetite is lost, and no more positions are being entered. In fact, since most of them took their profits, it's moving to the upside. It turned back from here. Similarly, we've clearly analyzed that this support didn't break with the help of the trading volume as well. See you in the next videos as always. I hope you enjoyed this video.